caught red-handed, admitting Issue 1 is 100% about abortion.
Our founders developed the best governing document in human history, the U.S. Constitution.
These are just two of the ads both for and against Issue 1 flooding airwaves across the state. As a quick recap, Issue 1 would raise the threshold to pass future amendments to the Ohio Constitution to 60% plus one of the vote statewide. It only takes a simple majority now. First up is this pro-Issue 1 spot, paid for by Protect Our Constitution, the main campaign for the proposal. The 30-second ad makes this claim to compare Ohio's current system with how the U.S. Constitution is amended, referring to the Founding Fathers.
They knew to carefully set the minimum threshold for changes at 66%.
That's technically accurate, but not completely true. The ad implies a national amendment would require a vote by citizens across the country, like in Ohio, where voters directly approve amendments. But amending the U.S. Constitution takes approval from 2/3 of each House of Congress, not voters. And it then requires approval from 3/4 of all state legislatures or voting conventions, a fact not mentioned in the ad. Protect Our Constitution spokesman Spencer Gross says the founders understood the need for a higher threshold when it comes to amending something as important as a constitution. He did not answer questions about differentiating between Congress and citizen votes. We call this ad misleading. The second spot comes from the anti-Issue 1 campaign, One Person, One Vote. It features a leaked video of Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose supposedly talking at a fundraiser about Issue 1.
And so, yes, it's about abortion.
Issue 1 does not have anything to do with abortion laws. It only changes how the state constitution can be amended. So on its surface, the ad is not directly accurate. But pro-abortion advocates just last month got a separate amendment protecting abortion rights put on the November ballot. Such activists have accused Republicans of creating a special August election for Issue 1 specifically to make a pro-abortion amendment tougher to pass. A One Person, One Vote campaign spokesman declined comment, saying the ads, quote, speak for themselves. We also call this ad misleading.
James, you and I have been talking about this week. We were just filling Kyle in. Yeah. But this is something that I received in my mailbox. I know many of us have something called the Buckeye Reporter. It appears to be a newspaper, but it also appears to be advocating for Issue 1. Break this down for us, because this is important to make this distinction.
Right. So technically it is a newspaper. It is run and published by a company called Metric Media, which is listed as a nonprofit 501c3 news gathering organization, and it operates a network of more than 1,800 websites nationally. A note inside the newspaper says it's the company's first print publication, which actually came out just a few weeks before the Issue 1 election. But Metric's tax returns indicate the Metric Media is funded by large national conservative causes, which is not disclosed either in this paper or on the website. An investigation published by the Columbia Journalism Review also shows the company is run by two well-known conservative activists in Illinois. And the stories in this paper feature no named bylines, and like you said, appear to be slanted towards Issue 1, and while accurate, are not completely truthful. This story, for example, says Hollywood resident John Legend campaigned against Issue 1 here in Ohio. But nowhere does it say that Legend is actually a native of Dayton, Ohio. Now, Metric Media representatives and their Chicago-based lawyers did not return my emails seeking comment.
Very interesting. There's a clear-cut agenda to appear to be something that maybe it's not.
But again, it is technically a newspaper, and quite frankly, there's not a lot of regulation or oversight of what newspapers can publish.
Yeah, very interesting.
Thank you so much, James. And there's a link to James's previous story explaining exactly what Issue 1 is inside this story on our website and on the free Local 12 News app. Early voting continues through Sunday. Absentee ballots must be received by your Board of Elections by next Tuesday. The polls will be open from 6:30 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. on Election Day. Again, that is coming up on August 8th. We're going to have all the results for you Tuesday night, both here on air and online at local12.com.
Sure, you could stop watching now, but let's be honest, you want to see more. So click some of those links, or better yet, go ahead and tap subscribe. That way you'll catch more content from Local 12.